You're watching Talking Threads! Yay! Talking Threads! Talking Threads.
Talking Threads.
Hello, Threadies! My name is Brittany, and I'm helping out with this week's Wednesday video. So, 5 things you should know about me because you don't know me from Adam right now. 1, I like wearing hats. 2, my hair is red and kind of curly, and I feel like hair should not be tamed because we tame too much of ourselves already. 3, at least I think I'm on 3. I've been to Costa Rica twice and learned how to zip line. 4, I wrote a paper in undergrad about modern day vampirism, and I did research on the role-playing game Humans vs. Zombies, which I thought was really cool. And 5, maybe that was too close. I'm really bad at math. So, yay! Alright, now this week's topic is poetry. And Nick and I were discussing this video for this week, and we watched Sid's video, which was cool. Go Sid. And he asked the question, what was the first poem that really resonated with you? And so, I'm holding this camera at a really odd angle. See? Look, arm. Anyway, it's getting tired. So, I keep having to switch it. That's besides the point. So, Sid asked a very good question about the first poem. Kind of what I see as like the gateway poem. So, for me, my gateway poem was Emily Dickinson's poem. It was numbered because she didn't name a lot of her poems, but now it goes by I Shall Not Live in Vain is what you can Google it with. Anyway, so it goes like this. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can stop one life from aching, or cool one pain, or help a fainting robin up into his nest, I shall not live in vain. Now, this poem really said a lot to me because whenever I read it, I was 9 years old. And at the time, my parents had just gone through a divorce, and all the court work had been done, the custody had been done, and all they had left to fight about was this one book. It was tiny, navy blue, and it was a work of Emily Dickinson's poetry. Now, my mother said that it was her grandmother's, and my father said that it was his grandfather's, and so they started bickering back and forth on who this book belonged to, and then they started bringing me into the argument. Brittany, go get this book from your father. Brittany, go get this book from your mother, until eventually I did what I believe any reasonable 9-year-old would have done in that situation. I went and I got the book and I hid it under my pillowcase, and I put it on my bookshelf, or I put it in my drawer, and I moved it from place to place, hiding the book until eventually the fighting stopped. Now, while the book was in hiding, I had time to read it, and one of the first poems that I flipped to was the I Shall Not Live in Vain, and this really stuck with me. I put a rose petal in between it to press it with, which is still there today. And this resonated with me because at the time I felt helpless, and the poem to me seems as if she's feeling helpless, as if she's feeling if I could just do one thing right, do one good thing, help somebody, then my life would have meaning to it, and death won't be so bad. And for me, being able to do something right when I feel like I have no control whatsoever was a really big thing. And since then, it's been a really big thing. Whether I'm starting junior high, going into high school, getting into college, getting out of college, and right now in grad school, I still get those moments of feeling helpless. But I feel like those are necessary. They're necessary for growth. They're necessary to remind you of who you are and what you are. And without those, I feel like we might forget about being human. Anyway, that's just maybe food for thought. I would like to know more about what your gateway poem is. Now this camera's probably shaking really bad because my arm is tired. So this is my third attempt at this video, and I'm gonna sign off now. Bye, and thanks for letting me be a part. So many times in that video you can only see my eyes. Oh, that's frustrating. Sorry about that. Not reshooting it, but yeah, peace.